Hi everyone, it's Alberta again, and welcome to episode 7 of the Evently Live Chat Show. Today we have someone, actually a team talking with us coming from Busy Bee. I'm going to introduce them for you. We have the operations manager, his name is Giuseppe Pisanelli, the quality control and product development, Byron Saliba, and the catering manager, Marco Buttigieg. Also with me today, I'm going to have my co-host, Ben, again. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. And I'm just going to invite them in.
Hi guys.
Hello. Hi. How are
How's
you?
it going?
Hi, everyone.
Hey. All right.
That's a nice meeting room you've got there.
Thank you very
It's
much.
very big. It's a very. How many people fit in there?
50,
Wow,
if it's theater style.
nice. Thanks for joining, guys. I'm excited for the show, so I'll leave it to Alberto so we get cracking.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, so today we have Busy Bee with us who are going to be speaking about catering for weddings and events. But before we actually start going through the agenda that we have for today, I'd like if you three could actually introduce yourselves for our viewers, just giving them a bit of a background, who you are and what you do with Busy Bee.
Okay. Start with. We'll start.
Start with Marco.
Okay. Good morning, Alberta and Ben, and all the viewers. I'm Marco Buttigieg. I've been working with Busy Bee for the last 20 years. My current role is that of catering manager, specializing in weddings and parties. Well, I used to specialize now.
Well, yes, temporary pause. Very good.
I'm part of a very strong sales team, taking care of, as I said, weddings, parties, and then there is sit-down meals, corporate events, and also we have the two coffee shops and the gelateria, which are all outside catering
Very
outlets.
good. Very good. How many people are you all together? I mean, in Busy Bee.
Uh, altogether, if you include the part-timers, the exact number, 320 approximately
Wow.
around.
Wow,
Wow. Well
congrats.
done. Very good. All right. Thank you, Marco. Giuseppe, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. So I'm Giuseppe. I'm the operation manager of BCP, and I've joined the company in January 2019. So I'm the baby. He's the old one. Before that, I lived in UK for about 13 years. So I have different roles, very similar to what I'm doing today. And so I had enough of the rain season and everything, and I moved to Malta. And
Amazing.
basically, I look after the retail side of the business, so all the shops and any activities related to the retail side of the business, I would say.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Giuseppe. I hope you're enjoying Malta in the last
I
year
am
and a
very
half.
much.
Very good. And Byron?
Hi, I'm Byron Saliba, working as a quality controller and product developer for Busy. Practically, I take care of all the new items and all the new products that we produce here at Busy. Before, I used to work within the hospitality industry, where I used to work with 4-star and 5-star hotels,
Very
taking
good.
care and managing places departments. Abroad as well. So now I am here in Malta, creating a lot of different items.
Very good, very good. A lot of very good items because I mean, just looking through the Facebook page and all the different recent products that you guys have been issuing. I mean, kudos. I mean, they're top notch.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, as I mentioned before, we'd like to discuss today catering specifically for weddings and events with you three. I'm going to go straight away into the first question for you that we have on the agenda, which basically we wanted to talk about the Italian delicacies that Busy Bee had actually started back in the 80s. Are they still popular even now throughout the years?
Yes, yes, they are. I mean, when BCB started, since BCB started, cannoli, otiete, and crostini were the most popular items, and obviously they are still very, very popular today. They were there when BCB was born, so they
Very
last
good.
obviously throughout the years. And also we had dolce di mandorla, torroncini, chocolate products, which they were very popular at the beginning, and they still are. And I guess this is one of the secret of the success of BCB, because obviously BCB created a range of products that they are still genuine, they are still original as they were before, and sometimes obviously with a twist of with a new twist. So
Very
Would you
good.
say that I mean, it's quite common in knowledge of Malta that our diet is kind of very, very Italian-like, or it's kind of a mix from different cultures, but we are influenced a lot by the Italian culture as well and the diet in Italy. Would you say that this is a driving factor across BCB's menu as well? Is there a big influence from the Italian cuisine?
yes, I mean there is a big influence. It's more like the Mediterranean diet rather than just the Italian cuisine, basically. And to be fair, we tend to have also an international approach as well, because obviously throughout the years, the customer expectations they keep rising. So our job is to make sure that we not only meet their expectation, but we are exceeding it. So we do that through product development with Byron and the team, and all sorts of activities that brings some novelty in the menus and then obviously in the confectionery product, etc., etc.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Since
Right.
1933.
Wow, okay. That's something I didn't know actually. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you for answering that, Giuseppe. I am going to put up the next point that we did want to discuss, which basically everybody knows that Busy Bee is famous for your cakes. I don't know if you could actually tell us, Byron, the most impressive cake or cakes or even sweets for catering, that
Yeah.
you've ever had to do.
Yeah, so practically, every wedding, if we are going on cakes, every wedding cake has its own character. So how I'm going to tell it, it's a little bit difficult to tell you which one is the most impressive one. But on a nice note, Fint, I can remember of a cake that was made with fresh flowers. Was a 70-year cake with different types of elevations, velvety covered, and when you see the final product was very nice, was very elegant, and was very clean. Besides that, we are getting to know that wedding cakes are becoming more fashionable, more designable. So we need to give that special attention to every single cake in order
Yes.
to pursue the client needs.
Very
Trends are changing. Trends are changing a lot. We are finding people that they are coming more adventurous, even regard taste, regard colors, regard themes. So practically still the most cakes are the almond cakes and the bacio. But regard taste, we find people as well that they ask for like lemon poppy seed cake, the double chocolate cake, champagne and rose buttercream. So we try to cater as well for this type of clients as well. That is our job. So we try to
cool.
replicate exactly the ideas that they have.
They
I
have
need a cake tasting of all these different flavors that you just
Very
mentioned.
good, very good.
It's 11 a.m. and I just want to divulge in cake.
just in time.
Amazing.
Just in
Is
time.
it something, when you go into actually designing these particular cakes, is it something that your client comes up with, or do you take it on yourselves to come with different concepts to even just change it up to not have the same continuous trend.
Sometimes nowadays it's come a little bit much more easy. If you go online, if you go to social medias, people, they come with their own ideas and you try to exactly go around it. You discuss with them, you see how feasible it is in order to create such decorations, because you need to understand as well, because you prepare the cake here and then you have the transportation, you have the handling. So to leave the cake in its ordinary form and to be the wow factor into the premises and venue, you need to understand what is feasible and what is not. But sometimes even we try to create different types of concepts. Like for example, recently we just made one black cake, was totally black, and then we introduced different types of antique flowers, like the peonies, like the roses, different types of colors to give it that vintage look. So yes, we invest a lot of time creating and experiment all different types of concepts, trends, and even coming with new ideas.
Amazing. Thank you. And actually, I do want our viewers to see, we did actually get a delivery. Well, it's sweets from Busy Bee. So thank you very much, guys, and Mandy as well. And well, basically all the team that had to make them. And I do want to open them just for our viewers to have a bit of a look and see.
Belgian
Amazing. Okay, so we don't have cakes, but we have chocolates, and they look divine, guys. I hope I don't drop everything. All right.
Thank you.
I'm happy with this. Thank you very
guys.
much, guys.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Well, I'm going to the show as well to do the chocolates later. I'm going to put up on the screen for you guys because we're already discussing tendencies and trends. I don't know if you want to share with us, Marco, the trends and the tendencies you see in weddings.
Yes, as Byron said, I look at weddings as a mirror of society. So you have those who go for the traditional, but we are getting a lot more of those who are adventurous, innovative, and they want new ideas. They want something new, not the same old thing. Although I have to say that the traditional Maltese wedding is still very, very popular, and we're still doing well with it. I mean, I don't want to put aside traditions, but it's a good mixture that we have out there, and we are trying to accommodate everyone, as Byron said. We had now naked cakes, hanging cakes, upside down cakes, customized stations, and all this. We have a good advantage, a very strong advantage in this factory, because we are all under one roof. So I'm upstairs selling, and they are downstairs doing what I sell. So,
The front lines of Busy Bee. You did actually mention the cakes that are hanging, and I've actually seen photos of these before, but I always thought that was a fake cake. Is it fake, or is it? Explain to me what is happening, because I find it very difficult to manage to imagine a wedding in mid-August with a cake hanging down in the middle of, I don't know, I'm not going to mention names of venues, you know. How is that done?
Okay, so 5 years, 6 years ago, we wouldn't have thought of fake cakes. I mean, it was just full almond cake or full bacio cake or full fruit cake. Nowadays, because of logistics and I mean, even the weight of the cake, all right, most of them are done in Jablo.
Okay,
and
so that explains a lot.
Yes, and the real cake is inside. But there are instances that the client wants the real cake, and there are still instances that the real cake is there, or else it's half cake and half dummy, for example, so that you reduce a bit the weight to hang it or to put it in a difficult place. Something else is the concern of the bride and the groom are, listen, if it's a dummy cake, how am I going to cut it? So that's the take up of it. But it's covered, the first layers is covered in marzipan and the knife goes down smoothly and then
Okay.
it's
And
fine.
is this something that you suggest with the Jablo cake for all weddings and events throughout the year, or is it just something particularly that you stick to because of summer?
No, it's throughout the year, but we cater for the couple. I mean, what they want. I mean, if they want a dummy cake, we do a dummy cake. If they want an element cake, we do an element cake, a bunch of whatever.
Very good. Okay. I have another question for you guys because we've spoken so far a lot about cakes and sweets. But I know that you help with weddings in all the catering for the event, correct?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
All right. So maybe you want to explain a bit even with trends on all the food, not just the cakes and the sweets. So our viewers can really understand the quality and what you guys put in and the trends and everything from start to finish, not just the cake.
If you want to.
No. Practically, what we do in our kitchen basically is it has different departments. So we have the gastronomy area, we have the pastry area, we have the cream department, and we have the chocolate department as well. So practically, everyone tries to come up with new ideas in order to start and producing different types of stations. Because nowadays stations are coming popular as well. And we try to create different trends and different concepts on the station. For example, if I'm not mistaken, I can remember that recently we are working on something that it's made from cookies, donuts, hanging donuts. It's like in a form of an art. So practically, you try to create that something that different as a wow factor for every single couple that is gonna get married. If I go for the gastronomy area, even regard canapes, we try to twist them a little bit, not leave only the basic things. So it can give that wow factor as well, even through savory products. When it comes to cream area department, even I try to twist a little bit only the desserts. Even create different types of gâteau table, not just only you see the gâteau, for example, just sitting on the table and that's it. So you try to give it a little bit of movement, garnishes differently. Nowadays there is the lollipops as well. Filmed, we try to create ice cream, homemade ice creams as well, so you can see people and guests interactive as well. So a lot of creations, a lot of innovations as well. So that special moment, that special day, you give it that vibe that people and couples are looking at, something different.
And then also there is what Byron is saying, there is a very, very important point here. Because although each section is specialized with their own production, their own section, we feel very comfortable speaking to each other. So we talk about ideas, etc. So it's a very strong team culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that then makes the difference, or that makes the difference with the products, and obviously
Yes.
on everything else. It has an impact on everything else.
Yes, to introduce the client in the picture too. What Byron and Giuseppe are saying is that when the client is here in our offices, in my office or in my colleague's office, and we have a difficulty because they ask for something customized. Obviously, I'm not a chef like Byron, or, but it's easy for me to call Byron from my office. He's in the kitchen. He comes up, and there he can meet with the client. If it's not possible, we arrange another meeting with the clients. I meet with Byron and his team, and sometimes even the directors get involved when it's something that we don't usually do, but we want to. First of all, we don't promise the impossible. I mean, you don't promise the impossible and then you can't do it. But we try our best to accommodate everyone. So and that is very, very easy, even thanks to our directors who has this factory, this facility.
Thanks. You're actually talking about all the cakes and stuff. You are actually making other people hungry as well. I have a comment here. I don't think I can show it, but it's on because I received it on my mobile. But basically, there's this guy He's a friend of mine, Andrea Kamenzulu. He's saying, "Whoops, where am I going?" Andi aptit kannol. So thanks, Andrea, for that. Mela, this is a juicy question. I know that you guys have opened, right, your cafeterias today.
Going today, yes.
So it's kind of a big question, guys. But how has the current situation affected operations? How has it, the postponing of the weddings, the postponing of events? Now, how have things changed? Maybe did you start doing deliveries or not, and focusing on new products, Byron, and now also with the opening of the restaurant ban lifted today. Can you tell us a bit about this whole 2 months? Um, yeah, the last 2 months that have happened.
We have different answers for this. So
Yeah,
Sure. So we can start as you wish. Maybe with Byron going to the side, or with Marco, as you wish.
starting Giuseppe.
Okay, go for it, Giuseppe.
I mean, obviously, it's been very challenging, very, very challenging time. However, we actually took this time to work closer together, to work closer with the customers as well. It was an opportunity for product development, focusing on projects that we started, and then we had the time to finish them. So basically, we kind of supercharged our creative mood, and then try and develop new products, for example, new activities as well. We did the Cannolo Tour, which was a very, very successful, very successful event. And that was born from, we were getting a lot of feedback from customers, and then we thought, okay, so how can we go about to try and please all our customers that regularly they would come to the shop? And then we decided to launch the Cannolo Tour. So obviously every week we would have a location, and a specific location where people would be able to book during the week and then get a delivery on Friday or Saturday, for example. And this actually gave us, it was great because it was a way of getting closer to our customer as well. So we go to the customer as well. And then we worked obviously with Byron, and we launched a new selection of new biscuits and stuff. And then we completed a very big project regarding coffee. I can actually give you a little preview because we're going to launch it soon. And we worked on the specialty coffee. So we're going to have a new approach to the coffee product, which will be launched soon. And we decided to, as I was saying, to go with specialty coffee. Specialty coffee means that basically a new bean that is 100% Arabica, is handpicked, and then it's completely traceable. And we worked with pluri-awarded roaster in Italy, and basically they created a blend exclusively for BCB. So it was a collaboration. We did a lot of work behind the scene because we needed to create the perfect format. Because obviously this way we could identify each bean and mix each characteristic of the bean, of the coffee bean, and create the perfect profile format, which we think is going to be great for the Maltese market. So, and basically it was challenging, but then it was very rewarding as well. And there was I can tell you a little story. Some time ago, I was talking to a customer that she came here with her two girls. And basically she was telling me of the memory that she built when her grandfather used to take her to the Insida outlet. And then you feel very satisfied because obviously she's kind of carrying on this love for BCB. And obviously we feel that we have to honor the building of the memories, and so we need to think how are we going to create the memories of tomorrow as well. So it's a very it's a very rewarding thing, even talking to customer face to face, etc. I mean, myself, I take the opportunity obviously to go around the outlets and I stop to talk to people, and it's nice to hear all about a long history of BCB and how it has impacted the memories of so many people. So yeah, it's great.
Cool. So you use the time essentially to create new products, to work on stuff that you didn't really have the capacity or time to do so in the past. Create new products and get closer to the customer. I think that's spot on maximizing, capitalizing the most on the situation at hand. So that's great, guys. I don't know if Marco and Byron would like to add anything, or Giuseppe.
Even regard if you come in the situation of the kitchen film, it's not easy to find some free time. So we try to take it a little bit much more positive in order to create new items, new ideas, and new trends, as stated before. And even as stated Giuseppe, we created our new line of biscuits, butter biscuits. We have like 15 different types of butter biscuits. And also we went directly in such recipes in order to create that quality that we really want. Because sometimes you are in a rush, you need to create a lot of things, you have a lot of production going on, and sometimes you don't have that time, you don't find that adequate time in order to arrange what you have as a faults inside the recipes. So we took it positively together with a dedicated team here. We worked close together in order to achieve results and achieve new types of products that in the future will help us as well.
Yeah, and this seems to be coming up quite a lot. You've mentioned it quite a lot, that you're very close knit as a team, that you work interdepartmentally. So that's great. So in terms of product, a question that pops to mind is, when it comes to new products, is it purely based on the synergies that you have between departments at BZB, or like Giuseppe mentioned, where you're going out and meeting the customer, you are even taking feedback from there to create a product that is obviously inspired by the customer, but also inspired and brought from the experience that you have in the industry? Is it a mix of both, or is it?
It's a combination.
It's a combination of both too. So, if, for example, you pop up with an idea, then you discuss it, you experiment on it, you do tasting on it. In fact, that's why we have the training institute here as well. We do like kind of sessions, tasting sessions, in order to get feedbacks and understand better the quality, understand better the ingredient that we are using. So
Right.
comes from both,
and there is a very close, we have a very good approach in terms of the customer experience. So it's not just the product. We try and strive and strive with the product. It's important, obviously. The service is as good, as great as the product.
Yes.
As well. And I was going to say as well, we also during this time we maximize our presence online, and so that's it worked very well as well. We had a great time during for Mother's Day. It was a very successful event. So, and we had a lot of great feedback from people as well. So then obviously all of this bring the satisfaction, and it gears you up to do even better and better.
Yes, I can say that the situation left me indifferent too, because the pandemic hit us directly at the beginning of the wedding season. So basically, what I had to do is contact all the couples or our clients, and or them contacting us, because they were obviously panicking a bit too. So, but we managed, up till now at least, we managed to find alternative days, alternative solutions for everyone. What happened is that this pandemic helped me strengthen my relationship and the bond with the client. And all of a sudden, the human aspect came up. Sort of maybe before it was too hectic. Nowadays we're more in contact, but obviously not physical, but more in contact through the internet, through the phone, or whatever. All right. The team here is working together. Although we couldn't prepare food tasting sessions for our clients and for our guests, because the law says no for the moment. We did food tasting sessions for the staff, so that we try new items, we continue on moving, learning through the experience, and also we are helping each other more now, because when Marco has some free time, he goes to answer the phone. When Giuseppe has some free time, he comes to see what Marco's doing. I go to the kitchen and it shows more often. And it's a family, and it's a family. It's nice. We're getting closer.
That's very good to hear. Like you guys are building a stronger bond together, and it is very clear, even on social media, that you guys have been building a stronger bond with all the couples that had to postpone their weddings. Because, like we received today, you guys have been sending a small token on people who had their day as well, which they've been recommending you very well for. So you can see even just recommendations. I mean, Busy Bee, the name comes up a lot. People are speaking very well of you guys. So I mean, well done. Um, with regards to even the situation now, how so you have the cafes that all have managed to open now. Has it been difficult to come back and come to the new normal, sort to say, that we have as from today?
I mean, I wouldn't say it has been difficult because obviously, although we couldn't have the table service, our takeaway service was very strong even during this time. So, thanks to the support of the customers and our staff, we had a good time considering the general situation. And then obviously there is a lot of training that goes on during that time. So we were prepared for we were very well prepared for when the time was to come to open again. And today I guess it's a testament and all the work that we did during this time it
Very
worked.
good.
We are ready to go.
When you say training, for maybe you could explain to our viewers what this training involves, because we've had different shows and there has been a bit of kind of question marks on, like, is it safe to do so? What are the procedures? Some people don't know what the procedures are and all this. So in terms of training can you explain what this means in terms of hygiene? I don't know, new procedures, new menus. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Yes, of course. First of all, obviously we talk about the food safety and health and safety aspect of the operation, which is clearly very important for the well-being of the customer and the staff. And we have a very strict protocol that we follow in terms of food handling, etc., etc. And but we have that anyway because of we have a very strong internal policy. So it was just we just had to tweak few things based on the protocol that the government and the health authorities have announced. So obviously the training about the mask and the use of a disposable apron and the cleaning the chairs and the tables, etc., etc. So then also the training regarding the new items that we have on the new menu, the training regarding the new coffee project we're going to launch. So it was a mix of everything. We never
Very
stopped, basically. We never stopped.
Very good, very good. It's very good as well for our viewers to know that you guys have gone through and done the changes, and there is a level. So again, they can continue with that trust, even just new clients that see your recommendations, and you can continue to hopefully coming back to business as usual as we were a few months ago. I have another question for Marco, if you don't mind.
Yes.
With regards to weddings, because I see a lot of people at the moment that they're asking. So I know that weddings up to August have been postponed, but sort of people are now asking, October, November, should they postpone? Should they reduce the size of their wedding? Perhaps you would have a bit of insight from all the weddings that you have been postponing for our viewers.
Yes. Yes, as you're saying, up till July, they're almost all postponed. and August is not a very good month for weddings, so there are a few, and they will be postponed too. I assume, I presume. The September and October weddings are still there, basically because they move them from April and May.
Okay.
Who are getting because of the season, because of the clothes, of the dress, of the you have to combine that too. Maybe
Very important.
yeah, you can have a summer wedding if you have winter clothes, and vice versa. So they are trying to also adjust to the season. What will happen if the situation doesn't get better? Obviously, we'll have to postpone for next year.
Okay. All
Now,
right.
it will be even more difficult for those to postpone because most dates have been taken.
Of course.
Besides, we also had the bookings for 2021 already there, and all the bookings of 2021 are moving 2020 are moving to 2021. So what we are suggesting, and it's very interesting in my opinion, and something that everyone has to think about, is to start thinking of midweek weddings.
Yes.
So I am of the opinion, and first of all, when I'm invited to a wedding, I go. Right? I mean, I don't miss weddings because I find it's not polite. It's not. I mean, if someone invites you, you go. Now,
Agreed.
if you do a midweek wedding, those people you invite, those guests you invite, that wish to come to your wedding will come, no matter if it's Saturday or whether it's Wednesday or Thursday, all right? Another thing, it will be very easy for the couple to amalgamate all the deposits they have with the caterer, with the venue, with the photographer, with the car, with the everything. All right, and all that would be done easily. Another thing, your guest won't be invited to another wedding on the same day or two other weddings on the same day because it's a Saturday, I presume, in 2021 next year.
We're gonna have 3 weddings on the same evening.
We'll have to adjust, and like that, you'll have only one wedding. It's a Wednesday. You go, and let's start life again.
Yes. And have you seen perhaps a trend? Have people been looking into perhaps reducing their quantity of guests?
Yes, yes and no, because the trend now changed lately. We had 500, 600. So the average wedding before it was 300 to 400. Now it's even 400 to 500 because we even had weddings of 800 and 900. Reducing the guests up till now, no, because the Maltese don't like it. All right, but maybe they can switch to sit down now.
Yes.
They keep it closer family, and they will switch to sit down meal, which we do cater to. I mean, Villandina is equipped to full. Obviously, you have to reduce the numbers because you can't have, and it depends also on the health authorities what restrictions they're being placed.
Very good. Very good. I do. Go tell me. Sorry.
But
I
there is
don't.
a solution. There is a solution for everything.
Very good.
You have to try and find it.
Agreed. Thank you very much for that, Marco. I do want to put up, we have a few comments here for you. We have Alexia Zoppardi, which actually we had her on the show, I believe earlier this week with Ben, where she said BZB have a good relationship, mostly with the locals. Will they be considering sit-down weddings to promote destination weddings, or are they doing it already?
Yes, we're doing it already.
Very good. Well, yes, you did mention it right before I put the comment up as well.
Yes, for a long time, BZB has been associated with stand-up receptions. But we have my colleague, we have Mandy too, who is taking care of sit-down meals and corporate events. She's not here today, but she specializes on these things.
Very good.
And then
Very
we
good.
experience so from the kitchen.
I have another comment here for you from Alexander Bransby. Thank you, Alex, who says, have fond memories of when I used to work at Busy Bee. Keep it up, all doing a great job. So, an ex-employee.
We are part of our waiting staff. Yes, if I recall. Yes. Yes.
Cool. All right.
Hello.
Good. Thank you. I am going to take us to the next question because time has really flown by. We're already at over 40 minutes. Basically, we did want to discuss the strength of Busy Bee as outside caterers in general. Perhaps, Marco, you can take this.
Strengths. Experience. I'm 20 years old. Yeah, I'm 50 years old. I'm 20 years in this field. I wish I was 20. Experience, facilities, and ability.
Very good.
He has the experience since 1933, 4 generations. We're in the 4th generation here. So the experience is all there. Obviously, you can't sit on the experience alone, right? You have to be consistent consistent in growth, not consistent remaining the same all the time. So, and setting your targets, and then
Challenge yourself.
Yes, challenge yourself, getting new people, getting new ideas, and learning from each other. So that's one of our strengths. The facilities, obviously, now with the state-of-the-art factory, we're here, all right, which made our life easier. Okay? Because here we can do almost everything we think of. All right, and the ability is the ability that we have, that we try to get people like Giuseppe, like Byron, to work with the company. New blood, new experience, good ideas, everything. No, and it's a mixture. It's like a football team, I'm in football too, so you don't have a good team if you don't have experience and youth. The enthusiasm of the youth with the experience and that's everywhere. So that's it basically. For the 4 generations, Busy Bee have been trendsetters, not followers. So we try to continue on that.
Very good.
If I can
Very-
add, the strength would be the vision as well.
Yes.
The vision as well.
The vision, because
The vision,
obviously we don't work day by day. So the products that you see today is something that we worked very hard behind the scene
I lost everyone.
and before. So
Yes.
there is always an ambitious vision. And this is not just with the outside catering, but also with the shops and
Yes, in fact, for the outside catering, every 3 months we have a set of new items. Now I have to cut a bit the list because it's going to be never ending of the new items that we are proposing for weddings and events.
Okay, cool. Alberta might be having some technical difficulties, so she might pop in and pop out and pop in. Okay, so I do thank you for the questions. And we are going into the last 2 questions here because we are over time. So yeah, time flies when you're having fun. So another question we had for you guys is like, what does a pastry chef do at Busy Bee? Is it cakes? What's his skill set or her skill set?
No. Practically, the role of a pastry chef is not just only baking cakes and doing cakes.
He's a pain.
There is a lot of things going on during the day. So you start by doing the orders, preparations, dealing out with suppliers to try to get the best quality ingredients to work with. With the help of a dedicated team, you need to delegate in order to try to find some times and experiment on new items, on new teams. Practically, by force, you need to have passion and dedication, because without passion and dedication, surely you're not going to make these creations. It's a nice phase. It's a nice phase, but it's fun. It's fun for me. I can say that it's artistic. Artistic. It's like a playground full of colors, and I like to continue on movement, and create these innovations that we're doing here at BCB.
Cool. Okay. Going, excuse me. Going to the next question is, so we talked a lot about product design, new innovations, and the inspiration where it comes from, synergies with the team, synergies with the inspiration from clients. About the food, right? But the BCB cafes, the new one is beautiful in my opinion, right? And it's like a mix, this hybrid of old, classic, and new. So where did that inspiration come from? From a design point of view, does it follow the same process and yeah, the same process as when you do one for food? What was the process there?
Obviously, the main input was from the directors. I guess their vision was to have a large display of products, which is what it is today. And also, there is a beautiful high ceiling with like an industrial touch. I guess it's a very welcoming environment as well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's traditional and modern at the same time, and it was a combination of local and foreign consultants as well. So in terms of the designer, there was the logistic designer, and then the actual and one for the design.
You said local and foreign, Giuseppe.
Sorry.
The designer, you said it was a collaboration between local and foreign designers.
The consultants were local and foreigners.
Wow, okay.
So it was a joint project, basically.
Amazing.
And I
He's
guess it,
spilling all the beans today.
it turned out quite.
Yeah, well, execution is everything. I mean, it's difficult it's difficult to copy execution. So
And then obviously there is a huge attention to details, and
for sure.
that makes the difference whether it's the shop, whether it's a cake, whether it's a product on the menu. So it's the culture, I guess. It's the BCB culture, attention to details, and everything follows.
Right. So, and in terms of the factory, you mentioned the word state of the art. We haven't seen it. I don't know who has. I mean, the lucky few, I guess. But did that follow the same thought process and creative thinking for the cafes to design the factory as well?
Yes, of course. You should come around and see. Actually, when I remember when I came, I was still living in UK, and I came to meet the directors. It was in October 2018, and they were just finishing it. And I was actually, I mean, I had the opportunity to travel a lot. So I went to different establishments before in UK and abroad in America. And I had the opportunity to see a lot of production establishments. But I was very, very impressed with the details of the factory here. Because everything is very well planned from start to finish process. And this perfection, I would say. But I would suggest that you come and visit
Sure.
us.
I'll take you up on that offer.
We'll organize a tour for you because we
Sure.
I will join in too, not just Ben.
Sure.
You mentioned, so we are over time, so apologies for the questions, but I'm very interested. You mentioned vision. Can you tell us what is on the roadmap for BCB in terms of, the rest of 2020, 2021 coming forward? Are you going to open new places? Are you going to be revamping the MCDA outlet? Are there new projects coming? If there's anything, you mentioned spilling the beans, Marco. If you can spill the beans to our viewers, which, by the way, we thank for the viewers for logging in because they've been constantly in high numbers. So thanks, guys. But yeah, Marco, if you could bring it home with this.
Regarding the outlet, the MC outlet, Giuseppe.
I mean, there are a number of important projects. I wouldn't be able to say
connection
You
coming.
got disconnected a bit there, Giuseppe.
Sorry, I was saying there are a number of important projects ahead,
Right.
but I wouldn't be able to go in details today. So
Right.
I'll keep the suspense.
The suspense.
Okay.
What there is always something exciting coming.
Sure.
Regarding the outside catering, obviously we are experimenting on new concepts.
Right.
We're discussing with various people. We're discussing with the clients too. We're looking at the market. We're looking elsewhere too. But yes, improvement is always there. There is always space for improvement. So as far as I'm concerned, regarding other premises, I'm not aware. But you never know with our directors.
Fair enough. All right. So yeah, it seems like there is something coming, or some things coming. We'll just have to wait and see. We do have two other questions or comments here from Gloria. If you can show them, Alberta, before we bring the show to an end. So,
Yes.
what's the most popular sweet cake at Busy Bee? Gloria is asking here.
So practically it's the Casatina. Even we are famous for our cannoli as well. So
Those are the best sellers,
it's the
yes.
best sellers. So those are the most important, popular.
Cool. Alberta, I'll leave it to you.
Amazing. And the last comment we have is from Gail, who actually just told us, I'm hoping spouses are also invited for the tour. And basically, just for everyone to know, Gail is Jonathan's wife, and Jonathan is Ben's partner at Get It and Evently. So you're going to have to invite the whole team plus spouses.
When we organize food tasting sessions here, we also organize the tours. So when they are here, food, we will show them where it is done, where it is manufactured. So
Very good. Thank you very much, Gail, for the comment. And I mean, thank you guys for coming onto the show with us today. Thank you, Ben, for being as a co-host with me on the show. Apologies for the small technical issue I was having with my internet connection. I don't know what happened, but I'm back. I don't know if you guys have any final words for our viewers. Maybe we can start with Marco.
Words, obviously.
he's starting. He's Italian. He wants to.
Don't worry. Okay, we go from youngest.
Yes, yes, all right.
Final words. And basically, we went through some challenging time. I guess it obviously has affected everyone. I don't know. My advice would be stay safe, enjoy your life as well, because obviously we need to move forward. And that's it.
That's it. Just
Thank
be
you.
safe. Just be safe and keep it always sweet. From us.
Okay. Courage. We'll get out of this soon, right? And promote local.
Yes.
Porta Malta.
Agreed. I mean, this is a comment. It's nice that you mentioned it, Marco, because this seems to be through the Get Hitched and Evently live chat shows, which I think we're now at like 16 or 17 in total. This seems to be the common trend across all. Like it now is, if there was ever a time to support local, it's really now. So I would like to extend also to say that myself on personal and on behalf of our companies do support local. It makes all the sense to do in the world to do so. Plus, we have some great products in Malta across the board, not just in catering, of course. So yeah, I echo your statement there.
Thank you. Thanks.
Agreed.
Thank you, guys. I'll wave you goodbye.
Thank you. Yes. Bye, guys. I'm going to remove you and just conclude the show. So see you guys.
Bye. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
So there you have it, everyone. We had Marco, Giuseppe, and Byron, who come from the Busy Bee team and explained different aspects of Busy Bee, the current situation, their food, their cakes, their common trends, postponing of events, and everything. I hope everyone has enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for the constant viewership we've been receiving, the comments, the likes. I mean, we really love all the support that you guys have been giving us in the last few weeks. And we look forward to seeing you guys next time. All right. See you soon. Bye bye.